I'm Trinity.
0, 1.
To have the respect and affection of other people is one of the most important things in life. Yet we don't think about it much, except when we're outside of the group, wanting to belong. Wow, man, freak out! But you can't do this. You know how much I sacrificed? I was sitting wishing I was dead. To have the respect and affection of other people is one of the most important things in life. Yet we don't think about it much, except when we're outside of the group, wanting to belong. Wow, man, freak out! But you can't do this. You know how much I sacrificed? I was sitting wishing I was dead.
Hey, my special guest is coming. I'm about to get comfortable, about to start some music in the background. I gotta invite her though.
Goddess.
Hi. Hold on, let me.
Sorry, I'm on Black people time. I'm sorry.
Girl, no, you okay. Found my spot.
All right. We are lifted. We are gifted y protegidos siempre, siempre, siempre. Si se puede, si se puede. May God bless you. May God bless me. May God bless us all. As above, so below. I love you. 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 I love you.
I love you. I love you. I love you. Ashe, ashe, ashe.
Ashe, 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 ashe. Amen, 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 amen. Would you like to say anything? As far as it doesn't have to be a prayer, just anything, like just to lift the spirits, because we're going to do some deep work today.
Yes, I would like to say I want this whole conversation and enlightenment to be transformative for everyone and including ourselves. I want and I need any high vibrational ancestors, angels to flow through our voice and flow through our body to align us at this time. Ashe.
Amen, 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 Ashe. I'm glad I put this blue on, because you said voice, and I've had to put the blue. I was like, let me...
And I got a little bit of blue in here too.
Yeah, can't be having choked up throat chakras out here, but not right now.
Right, not right now, not right now.
All right, so for our opening, is there a nickname you want to go by for the people to call you?
I've been thinking about having a different name, but people can call me Z. That's what everybody calls me, Z.
Okay. So Z is
Yes.
going to go ahead and read a few things she feels called to read out of her book. And what is the name of this book, please?
It's called Trust Your Vibes by what's her name? Sonia Choquetz.
Okay.
Okay, so I just turned to this page, Mind Over Matter. Mind Over Matter.
Here? Okay, yes, on the money. Go
Right.
ahead.
It says, take it easy. It helps to maintain a peaceful and relative calm attitude and inner state when learning to tune into your intuition. When you are tense, nervous, or anxious, your mind gets worked up and blocked, and it is difficult to shift into your heart center, where your spirit and vibes communicate. Remain calm despite what's going on around you is incredibly challenging. However, calming down even a little will help you tune into your vibes for guidance and will probably add a few years to your life as well. After all, getting worked up about things only makes them worse. Life will always be full of drama and challenges. We all know that. But you don't have to freak out or overreact to any of it if you train yourself not to. You have the option of being less emotionally reactive and instead trusting there's always a solution that your vibes will reveal if you remain calm and tune inward. Martial arts students are taught that their best defense is to maintain a calm state of mind so they can sense trouble before it occurs and step out of harm's way instead of running into it heads on. When you practice being calm, it becomes far easier to tune in into your vibes on demand so you can sense trouble before it happens. One of primary benefits of having vibes is being warned instead of being caught off guard in life.
Read that
Since
again. That last sentence again.
it says one of the primary benefits of having vibes is being Warned instead of being caught off guard in life.
Being warned, being
Yes.
spirit warns you. Spirit will never. Oh my gosh! All right, continue though.
Yes.
Continue. Yes, it's always
Yes.
signed. It's always signed.
It's that feeling that you get, and then some people just be like,
They'll
okay,
ignore
maybe
it or they'll
just
chalk it up to
right.
like coincidence. Yeah.
Sensing this danger is far more possible if you are open, relaxed, and at ease. So that was take it easy, okay?
Okay.
With this conversation that we're doing with, the shadow work, that was very important for people, including myself, because sometimes
Mhm.
I'll be like, I'll feel a bad vibe, and then I'll be like, okay, maybe it's just me overthinking, or maybe it's just, certain things. And it can be that sometimes, but most of the time it has something to do with the people or the energy that you are
Yeah.
about to go around, or the people that you are around.
And I feel like the more we tap into ourselves, we have to learn the difference between our gut and our intuition and our brain. Our brain and our intuition fight hard. So for
Yes.
example, our brain is the rational thought. Our brain is the yes or no, the black or white, you know what I'm saying? It will constantly fight with your intuition because your intuition is not something that is, you can't touch it, you can't see it for the most part, and it's not something that, what's the word? I feel like you know it. What's the word? Like it's not,
It's
doesn't
not,
make sense.
yeah, yeah,
It
yeah.
relies on our clair sentient, our clairs. It doesn't rely on our regular senses. It relies on
Like
the
the,
5D.
yeah,
So our mind and our intuition fight too much to the point where we can get an like a intuition thing to like not go to a place or like a party or like something, right? But then we're like, oh no, I want to go to this event because or whatever, our ego gets in
right,
the way, or I'm like,
right.
oh, I'm overreacting. We go to the jump and it ends up getting shut down because it gets shot up.
Yes,
And I'm telling you, people, I feel like people don't know when to put down their brain. And I know that sounds like, oh my God, let me put on your, yes, we need our brain, but our brain can talk us out of situations, can talk us out of blessings, can talk us out of, like, our brain sometimes needs to take the back seat. And I know a lot of us are like, oh, the brain needs to take the front seat because you know everything. But if you think
yes,
about it,
right,
even when we're driving, our brain's not even in the front seat because we've been driving so long. So when we're driving
right,
on autopilot, so our intuitions almost
yes.
should be our auto if we learn
Yes.
to trust that. But we have to learn to trust ourselves. Half of us don't trust ourselves, and that's why we don't trust our intuition.
Mm.
But what do you have to say about that passage though? I want to hear you keep talking though.
I would just say, like, when people tend to, like, say if something happened, because this is why this is so important to me. By you doing this shadow work, this shadow week, is so important, because I tend to, like, overthink situations, or sometimes overreact, because I feel like I'm being emotionally attacked. But it's not all about being emotionally attacked. It's about the discernment, and it's about the clarity. If
Mm-hmm.
you have that discernment and clarity, you can take that, what is it called, what's the word, you can take that, uh what is it, you can take that criticism.
Yes, yes,
You can
yes,
take that
yes.
criticism and tune into yourself, like the passage said, and realize where the situation can lead to before it even happens, by having that intuition, that open mind. And I just had, like, literally the other day, I just had, like, okay, so I was finna go out and hang out with a few people, right?
Mm-hmm.
And before I left, I was so tired from going to the pool. Like, I was so tired. And I'm
Yeah, because
like,
you were going to the pool a lot then. I remember.
yes. And I'm like, I'm so tired. And my partner was like, oh, like, we should low key not go. And I'm like, why not? Like, we gonna stay here. That's my mind, like, overthinking, like, we just gonna stay here and just, like, not do anything, da da da. But when we ended up going out, it was like we ended up going out and nothing worked out. Like, we didn't even end up going
Mm-hmm.
anywhere. So from the jump, I'm just like, I should have listened to my intuition and stayed
Mm-hmm.
home. But instead, I let my ego and my mind just take over. No, We're doing it now. We're on live now.
I mean, bro, we got shit to do. I'm trying to go to the store and shit, bro. I can't watch
See, that's that mind.
For anybody who doesn't know, also she's new as well because this is week
Mm.
4 of Shadow Week. So I've been doing this for 3 straight months. I believe this is the 4th month. And lately I have been writing on my downloads for that I've gotten for like the collective, not even just collective. These are shadow downloads that are coming from like a grand scheme. I'm talking about like collective consciousness type thing. It's not even just like our connected collective.
Right.
And I do that because I feel like people need to be able to handle the collective consciousness, because everybody wants to stay cooped up in their clique, and no, like we have to heal the world, we have to heal the
Experience.
masses, through ourselves, you know what I'm saying? We can't
Yeah.
just be selfish, you know what I'm saying? So some of these things that might come up might be darker than us, but we have
Right.
to transmute that, you know what I'm saying? We can't always return to sender, because
Right.
you have to think about when you're returning to sender, you're still putting that energy out, you know what I'm saying? So if you
Exactly.
can transmute
Exactly.
it, and if you can transform it and bring it back to love and then send it up to God, bro, like that's you're quantum leaping doing that shit, bro.
Right.
All right, let me put my glass down. Cause I can't
She's
see
about
that
to get
empty.
to work.
Yeah. Okay, so I got these downloads at 3:51 p.m. on the 4th of July.
Wow.
And they're 2 pages and they're 20 downloads. So I'll be saying, so Spirit will choose which one we're gonna say today or which we're gonna go over. I usually get my downloads in the form of quotes because I'll like hear it.
Mhm.
So let's see. I'm
How
gonna
could
just let Spirit choose. Okay. So Spirit's choosing this one. So it says, if 3 a.m. is Devil's Hour, does that make 3 p.m. the Holy Trinity? Because we
Mm.
all talk about Devil's Hour and like 3
Yes.
a.m. So as above, so below.
Right.
So what do we do
Exactly.
at 3 p.m.? Because there are so many things on what not to do at 3 a.m. What
Mm.
are we doing at 3 p.m. then?
Right.
Like, because you have to, everything has an opposite. So if 3 a.m. is devil's hours, what is 3 p.m.? Is that the Holy Trinity? Is that the counter? Is that the counter? Is that the reflection?
That's deep. And I think that because that's how we grew up. Like, we grew up programmed to think that, like, oh, like, this is the devil's hour and this and that. But for my experience, I feel like it's just the hour where the spirits are most active, and it's
The veil. Mm-hmm.
because the devil is not real. Like, it's a mindset. And even, like, Lucifer and the Luciferian energy, that's very
Mm-hmm.
powerful energy that a lot
It
of people
is.
don't tap into because they're
Mm-hmm.
scared. They have that fear.
I
So
have my name as Mr. Morningstar for like when I was going through
Mhm.
spiritual psychosis. I even just changed my name. It was freaking like on the name part on the bio. I had it as Luciferic Kalimaxi, so which is like a word I made up. So it's like it combines like Lucy. 'Cause my name, my nanny used to call me Lucy. So confirmation. So like I like,
What?
yeah. So I got combining all like the more passionate
Mhm.
deities. So like
Mhm.
Kalima and Lucy. I feel like
Yes.
they're not the same, but I feel like they wouldn't bump heads for some reason. Like I don't know, but continue. I'm sorry for
They're
interrupting.
probably no, you're fine. They're probably aligned in different, like in the same way, but in different ways. And me and my partner, we've been researching the Morning Star, the Baphomet, Lucifer, and stuff like that. And it's so crazy because as we knew from before, we're programmed to think all of these things are bad for us, but everything is backwards. So
Yeah.
what's good, maybe not good, and what's bad, maybe good. You know what I'm saying? Like the yin yang, but it's backwards. So when
Yes.
we think
Oh wait,
about
can I pause you right
Lucifer,
there? You
huh?
just said something. So I always tell people, like a lot of people, I don't say it all the time, but I do consider myself a divine masculine sometimes and a feminine vessel. I do consider myself that sometimes. And the only
Right.
reason why I can feel like this is true is because if you look at the yin and yang symbol, there are those 2 dots that nobody likes to talk about: the white and the black, and the black and the white. So for the
Yes.
people who really resonate with the opposite energy in their vessel, usually are living in that
In
little.
that dot,
Yes.
that little circle to where they feel like, even with, like, the LGBT LGBTQ community and stuff, sometimes, like you said, they live in a little dot, or we live in a little dot. It's like we feel like we're that 1%, but in all reality, everybody is the masculine and the feminine energy.
Yes.
So it's like when you tap into it more, you can go within the white or the
Yes.
black, the yin and
Yes,
yang.
you
That's
can, and
so,
that's where you have Libra energy, where it's
yes,
really balanced. You know what I'm saying?
yes.
Oh my
That's deep.
gosh,
That's
yeah. So
deep.
we're supposed to be embodying both. You know what I'm saying? So, ooh, but
Yes.
okay. Were you about to say something else, or did you want to move on to the next download?
What's I about to say? I feel like I was. I would say also with the spirit and the angels and the ancestors. I feel like it's very important when you're doing shadow work. All
Mm-hmm.
these flies, ugh,
Oh, that's
flies.
let me learn something because you just said fly. That's a modern spirit.
Yes, monitoring spirit, yes,
Mm-hmm.
monitoring spirits. See, they trying to choke me up. You can't choke me up, okay? We're aligned, and I just want to say, adding on to your download, when you tap into the darkness within you, when you're meditating and something's telling you to get up, like open your eyes, that
Mm-hmm.
means you have to go more deep within so that you can figure out what is this voice, what is this energy that's trying to get you to do these certain things, so you can figure out
Yes.
more about yourself. And
Because you do, I feel like a lot of people, especially a lot of beginner spiritualists or people who are just not tapping into the 5D within themselves.
mm,
Because even I've gone through it, just listening to voices and not knowing where
yes, me too.
that source is coming from, and people forget that they're tricks or spirits. People forget that there are ancestors that actually don't want us to succeed. Like people really forget that we still have ancestors that are not for us. We have
Right,
to decipher
exactly.
sometimes which ones. That's why when you set those
Hmm.
attentions, you want to say ancestors of the highest white light, or ancestors that are for me, or
Hmm.
ancestors that actually love me, or you know what I'm saying? Because
Exactly.
you talk to the ancestors, but which one? Like, don't let it be the auntie
Exactly.
don't let it be the auntie
Right.
that didn't mess with your grandma. Because if it's the auntie
Yes.
that messed with your grandma, she ain't
Right.
gonna.
Yes. It's very important to know
Mhm.
who and what energy you're speaking with at all times. And just as if, just when you lit that, where they at? They not even on me no more.
Yeah,
They're
I don't
not
play
even on
that.
me no
I do
more.
not play that. I don't play that.
Yes.
I had my tango with the flies, bro. Like I had there were a swarm of gnats in my event when I was going through deep spiritual warfare. Like it sounded like bees. That it
Mm.
was insane. But I don't even want to go back to that room because my brain
And
is so.
that's crazy. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Because something had popped up on my screen.
I want to remind everybody that it is the 7/7 portal right now. So
Hmm.
a lot of heavier, a lot of just powerful
Yes.
energies are happening. So a lot of powerful energies are happening in a good sense. What makes you think that the opposite end isn't trying to combat
Right.
that? Because our older paradigms want us to be back in our old self. Our older paradigms want us
Exactly.
to be the unhealed version of our shadow. They want us to be doing the shadow work because the reason why is because then we can integrate the light and the dark, and we're not just one sided. And when you're not one sided, you're enlightened.
Hmm. Hmm.
Okay, so I'm gonna move on to the next download.
Okay.
Spirit is telling me. I'm sorry, cause like when you're channeling and you read back the stuff you're channeling, you're like, what the
Yeah.
fuck, bro?
Right?
So
Like, where did this come from?
it says the collective is constipated, and this can go so
No, no, not even to be too exclusive, but I've been constipated today.
really. Oh my.
I swear to God. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
No, yeah, it says the collective is constipated. Honestly, I think they're really talking about on a physical level. We can talk about the physical
Hmm.
level, but we can go deeper. But just
Yes.
to be blunt and frank, the collective is constipated. And if you think about the physical, when you're constipated, you can't get your downloads clear enough. You're full of shit, literally. So
Right.
it's like, bro, like you can't be that like
Yes.
you're like okay. So
Right.
I'm guessing because what comes with constipation? Dehydration. What
Hmm.
else could be the cause of constipation? Maybe too much stuff as far as like maybe starches,
Yes, yes,
something. Yeah.
yes. Bread. Yes. Yes,
So
definitely.
it definitely said the collective was constipated, but I also felt like, ooh, the collective has a tendency to hold on to the versions of themselves that they miss, or the nostalgia spirit. I've talked about this before, and I've even got caught up with her because I literally personify her as a woman, nostalgia. Okay, and I definitely like even hearing certain sounds will just take me back. Like now I'm in more control. I don't get too deep to the point where I'm like out of my element. But before I did, like I would cry, I would mourn being a child, I would mourn living in that space, I would mourn these things. I feel like spirit, and even like yeah, spirit is urging people to go back to these places physically and realize it's not there. Like, okay, for
Yes.
example, I can go back to my old childhood neighborhood. It is not the same. My
Yes.
grandma, she renovated the house. You know what I'm saying? Everybody in the neighborhood renovated the house is a different energy. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yes.
nostalgia can be negative because it
Hmm.
traps us in the past, and then our present is neglected. We cannot
Yes.
neglect our present, which, and if you're neglecting your present, then there's no room for a future. You don't have a future.
Exactly.
So you're like stuck in a time capsule. And then if you neglect your present, you're not only neglecting your area, you're neglecting high love. You're neglecting
Hmm.
your people you have to take care of. You're neglecting yourself. You're neglecting the
Right.
experiences you're supposed to experience, because you can still be
Hmm.
experienced. You can still be living. But when you look back on the things that you were supposed to experience, you weren't in the present moment. Therefore, you did not feel it. You did not learn what you need to learn, and you end up in the same fucking cycle.
Hmm. And I feel like, cause I feel that too. Like sometimes when I be like, oh, I wish I was a child again, or I wish that, cause I will have dreams of my old childhood house and like where I
Yes.
lived when I was a kid, and I'll be like, it's so crazy because the dream will be in the present moment. Like I will be who I am in the present moment, and I
Mm-hmm.
will be thinking about the things in the present moment, but I'm in the past. So it's like when like you said, when you can realize where you are in the present moment is your childhood, is your future, and your past all in the same time,
Oh
it's
yes,
so powerful.
all at once. Yes,
Yes,
all at the
yes,
same time.
yes.
Yes, you
It's
already hit,
powerful.
bro. Like
Hmm.
because if your brain, because if you can time travel in your mind, what makes you think that these are not all happening simultaneously in different
Exactly.
dimensions and everything? Especially when you're doing this shadow work, if you can imagine
Mhm.
yourself making a different decision, but not like, oh, I want to change my past, but like if
Right.
you can imagine yourself healing your past self is correcting all the mistakes, but in a different dimension now, or a different universe, because you're healing yourself.
Yes. And that makes so much sense because well, like not recently, but like recently kind of I've been having dreams of people from my past, and I would see them and I would be totally different. I would give a totally different energy and like totally different energy and reaction towards the things that they would do, the things that I'm used to them doing. It would be like a whole different version of me, and in my dreams they wouldn't even recognize it. They'd be like, oh, what,
Because
and I'll
they
be like,
can't, they don't know
yeah.
you, they don't know that
Hmm.
version of you. they
Right.
they they sense, they smell the energy signature,
Hmm.
but you're not the I feel like a lot of people in my collective are meeks. We're the meek they talk about in the Bible, but the meek
Yeah.
has to transform into the brave, and the brave. You're either
Yes.
the brave or a slave.
Yes.
You have to pick one.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, I feel like a lot of people are doing it scared, doing it. You
The
know,
flakes.
you got
Yes.
to do it. You know, you got
Yes.
to step up. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't be scared to go where you're supposed to go, because God is going to lead you. God is not
Exactly.
going to lead you somewhere you're not supposed to be.
Exactly. You're gonna be anywhere and everywhere at once, just like that movie. What is it? Everywhere,
I haven't
anywhere,
seen it yet, but I
everywhere.
know what you're talking about.
You need to watch it, man.
Where can
And
I
it's
watch
like
that?
you can watch it on it's a movie site. You can watch it on 123
I
Movies. Yeah, that's
know
my
what to
joint. That's my joint. I watch all the shows. I can't find them. Go right on their website. But back to what we were saying. It's just like even with me, because I've just now, like, I would say not just now, but in the recent what do you call it, the past recent, or the recent past.
The recent past, yeah.
Yeah, I've been actually having dreams about things that actually come to fruition, and
Mhm.
it has a lot to do with like friendships and people that I've been around, or people that I've you know had communication or energy exchanges with. And it's just so it just blows my mind because that tells me that I'm growing mentally and physically, and now I'm aware to where I can see things before they even happen, just like the book
And
said.
you're unblocking the things that
Hmm.
you're supposed to unblock because there are so many things we have to clear out within our vessel, even especially in the subconscious. We forget that our
Right.
subconscious stores so many stuff, so much things. And that's where
Yes.
that's where spirit is gonna take us to the next download saying, where is that missing file?
Exactly.
That's literally the download. Where is that missing file?
What's wrong? Sorry. What's wrong? You want to go inside? Okay. But yes, those missing files and those thoughts that you can't transform or get the realization of. Hold on, give me a second.